All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's your man, Chris Fury, back with another episode of Blerd's Eye View. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time here, or if you're on the IG channel, show your love on the YouTube channel as well. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, all that great stuff. Like, share. You know the drill. But if you already have been supporting us, we thank you once again. We've been doing some big things behind the scenes. We have some things that still has yet been seen just as yet. But if it's, once again, your first time, check us out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, live, YouTube, Twitch, IG. Hey, everybody over in Twitch. I see you over there. Be sure to follow us over there as well. So without further ado, we have our very own Shoyo. What's going on, Shoyo?
Hi, how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. Why does it always feel like we do a show and then it feels like it takes forever for us to do another show? But then it doesn't feel like it takes forever to do another show.
I don't know. It feels like you get you've got one day in between, and then you've got what's that, 4 days or 5 days in between?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, 4 days. Yeah. So, and yet, and someone actually suggested last season we should go 5 days a week. I'm like, hey,
wow, that's a lot.
We don't have the production dollars for that yet.
That's definitely a lot. Gosh, every day
we'd all be tired.
100%, and understandably,
right?
Wow,
burnt out. Just like we can't even do. Yeah, too far. I even said he's like, I can only edit so much.
Oh, that's true. That's fair. From an editor's perspective, it's like he would be on call every single night. He'd have no breaks.
No breaks.
He might be like the Apple workers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We might pre-record and then drop them. Speaking 100%. Tafari, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I don't think we can do 5 days a week. We have lives and bills and shit to pay. So
very true.
Be somewhere it wouldn't be as energetic. I was like, yeah, if it was pre-record, I don't know, but yeah, 5 days a week. We'd have to record shows in the off season.
Absolutely.
I need a Red Bull sponsorship or something.
Yeah, so we got to record that in batches.
Yeah.
Shout out to Circle of Nerds, Tommy D. He's one of my mentors. He actually did that with his show. He would record his entire season in batches. So he would take like 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and bring, do a change of clothes and just sit there and would record the entire season of Circle of Nerds. And I said, that's commendable.
That is.
I can't do that though. A lot. And see, the only difference is with his team, all but one stays in Cleveland. His other team member stays, I think, in Arizona now. But yeah, and like when they did that, he came to visit. So
everybody is in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're across the country. What's going 100%. On, Lady Manda? What's happening, Lady Mandalore?
Hi, Mando.
Hi, Shoyo.
My grandmaster is insane. Oh my goodness.
What did she do?
No, your title says Migraine Master.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fighting one?
Yeah, it's trying real hard to break through.
Why didn't you tell me before the show?
Because 10 minutes before the show, it said, "Oh, hey, bitch. Oh, you want to live?
Oh,
you want life? No, we don't expect you to have joy around here. You feel this.
Well, you look good. You look good.
I hate to say wear it well. That's not one that would wear well.
No, makeup helps because there's a lot of bags under these eyes. I promise you.
The Blerd's Eye IR list is full, like an NBA playoff roster right now.
Yeah,
dude,
man.
These seasons change, so do we. I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose. We got a special guest with us tonight. He has written a couple books. One of them has become my instant favorite, which is my brother Teddy. Jaromir Francois.
Hi, how are you doing?
What's going on, Jay? I want to make sure I said your name right.
Yeah, you did. Jaromir Francois. You said it correctly.
Look at
French.
You.
I may have failed the class, but I still have some. I still got a little skill left.
Right?
So what's going on, my guy?
Not much. Just trying to keep making more stuff so for people to read. Right now, I got a campaign going.
So talk about your campaign.
Kickstarter?
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. Okay.
Oh, we haven't done that one yet. Let's run it up.
Yeah.
It's basically the same. One of the benefits of that is that if I don't complete my goal, I get to keep the money that. So that's like one of the benefits of Indiegogo. But more people are aware of Kickstarter, so that's the thing.
That's actually interesting. So
to answer your question, my campaign is for book 2 of my comic, The Alien Heroes. I don't know if you.
I did see that. Yeah, I got that one. Yeah. That one looks cool.
Yeah, that honestly, it's funny because I was on a show a while back and they were like, yeah, I could see this on like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. I was like, initially I wrote it for cartoons, but I don't have money, you know? So I was like,
you might want to come roll over with us over at Blerd Station.
I'm on there. I'm on that chat. We'll talk more.
See how this works? Do you see how this works?
It all comes full circle.
Absolutely.
Like we don't hold back. So I'm glad that something like that is going. So let's talk about My Brother Teddy.
Yes.
Let's talk about that one. Tell them about My Brother Teddy, and I'll show the visual one.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. I got you.
He's your baby.
Well, it all started where I always tell the story. Back in college, so I'm 31. I graduated in 2015. So back in like college, 2013, 2014 or something like that, I had this idea where I saw this teddy bear sitting on top of a kid protecting him from a monster, and I thought it was just such a cool idea. And basically fast forward, I wrote the script. I didn't have money, so I wrote in my financial bubble. I was working part-time at the time, so I was like, you know what, I'll write this one shot and just share this idea. And I wrote it because my best friend moved, so like, he moved down to Florida. I'm in New York, so I'm just like, oh man, I'm not gonna hang out with him as much. So I'm in my bag and I write the story, and then I reach out to the artist Todor, who's from Bulgaria, great artist. If you guys are fans of Stranger Things or the Stranger Things comic books, he draws that storyline. And he's getting better and better every time. I'll talk about him later, but he's really great. COVID hit, and then he reached back out and was like, hey, I got time, let's create your book. And so my breakdown for this, usually what I tell people is it's about a teddy bear that goes into the underworld to get his boy back. And there is no dialogue. There's a soundtrack, so you can just go through it and listen to it. So it kind of gives it more emotional weight. And putting a soundtrack on the book was a last minute decision. So because I was like, I didn't want this just to be a picture book. And I didn't, I didn't know about lettering, like to hire someone. So I was like, let me make a soundtrack. And everyone's been loving it. And I hope to get more people to see it.
Did you find that a little more difficult with doing it without the lettering, but having to add the soundtrack?
No. You know what it is? Because like at the time, again, because financially I didn't think I could afford lettering, and that was a last minute thing. I was like, I don't think I'm do this. And then I remember, again, I'm 31, so I'm a 90s baby. So if you remember back in the day, you go into the library and you had the books with the cassette tapes. So that's what came to my head. So every time I go to, well, I've only been to 2 cons, but whenever I share the book, I always show the first page. I was like, hey, scan the QR code, because it's a must as you go through the book, because you can finish looking through it. It's not a long book, but with the soundtrack, it kind of holds your hand as you go through the book. And I've had people, I still have this weird imposter syndrome, but I've had people say, hey, I felt sad, I've cried at the end. And I was like, hey, if that's how you felt, I'm happy you feel that way. I just hope the message comes across. And someone at Tampa Bay Comic Con, I call them my international fans from Germany there, and they were just like, what's crazy is that anyone can pick it up in the entire world because there's no dialogue.
Right.
I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. So
the art on here is
it can go over there.
It really is.
It's amazing.
I don't know what to say. Like you said, it comes with a soundtrack, and I'm like, I love music and I love art, so I like being able to tell a story without any words is already a skill in itself.
Yeah.
But two, like this art that looks really good, and I'm far from the screen.
Without him and I have to shout out Lauren. Her name is Lauren Brianna Ware. She did the music. She's from Wisconsin. She was great, and I want to be a director at the end of when I make it over, but I don't like to control what people. I just say, here's what I want, and she delivered. And if you guys have Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever musics are streaming, it's My Brother Teddy's available there to listen to.
Reading. Go ahead, Lady Mandalore.
Experience. You experience it. That's what I've been told. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
I mean, it first, the visuals by themselves, even if you don't know what the story is about, it pulls you in. It's gorgeous. I am stuck for words for 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm trying to reset my brain. I don't know anybody else. I know Tafara, I watched it, but Primal is the first thing that came to mind when you said that. I'm like, oh, this is I want another one of those types of stories. And so I say thank you, because this is something that I've been kind of it makes sense. It makes sense. During the caveman times, what did they have? They drew fucking pictures on the goddamn wall. That's what they have for goddamn entertainment. That's how you tell a goddamn story. So to add music to it only makes the most primitive, of sense. Yeah, nah, dude. I want one. I want to read this.
I want to tell you something, Jay. When I was going through this experience in this, there are certain panels in this book that really like struck chords, and I'm just like, yeah, that's the emotion. You know, the reuniting, and then the sacrificing, and then the coming back. like you see why it's called My Brother Teddy. It's like they are brothers in arms.
I can picture like the swell of music, and then like the tinkling of certain panels, if that makes. I also used to play instruments, so like that's what I hear in my head when I see this. I see the drums or hear the drums. I hear like cymbals and the crashing, all that stuff, just like flash reading through this right now, and I'm very excited.
I think it's given a very.
I'm happy that it got. Yeah,
this is good.
It's given very, very evocative. Like, yeah, I know that the music probably enhances this like to so high.
It does. There are times that I go through. It's my first public, and I actually got it published through SourcePoint. I was able to go to Midtown Comics. It's in New York, and it sold out that first week. I couldn't get my own book. I had to go to Forbidden Planet, and me and my best friend got the last two there.
That's beautiful.
And I still like, sometimes I'll just go on my phone. I'll just flip through, just like, because I have other ideas. It initially was always going to be a one shot. And then a couple months ago, the artist, he hit me up, and he was like, hey, we should do another one. And I was like, I have some ideas kicking around. I just feel like I have to be a different point of time to create that. And then we were shooting ideas. We had like the same ideas. So I was like, okay, we're on the same page when it comes to like what we want to talk about. And he was like, yeah, the next one should just be a graphic novel. We shouldn't even do like issues. And I was like, honestly, that sounds great.
Is that what Alien Heroes is? Or is it
different? Alien Heroes initially was I wanted it to be a cartoon. I was working with some people back after I graduated school, but you know, life happens, people separate, we drift apart. But the story, those characters, I fell in love with them. They, the thing about being a writer or an artist or a creator, when stories and characters stay stuck in your head, you become crazy. Like you just want to tell people these things, And almost every year I kept like redoing the art and then trying to find out where I can get animation done. But again, animation just costs money, trying to hire someone. But then, fast forward to, I forget what year it was. It was probably like 2020, 21 or 22. COVID just messed up my whole timeline. So I don't know where we are right now. But yeah, I got to that point, linked up with this guy through Upwork, and he's in the States, he's in Long Island, and we just linked up. We started chatting, and I gave him like instructions. Initially, my main character with the green hair here, his name is Arby. He's a Martian. Initially, he was a white kid, and I've gotten feedback to say, you should make him black, and because he's the main character. And I was like, I was hesitant to do that because it wasn't my idea in the first place, because it was supposed to be an ensemble. But then, fast forward, I was able to connect with top executives at Nickelodeon, and as I was trying to pitch this to them, but I've never pitched to anyone, so I shout them out for giving me a shot, and straight up luck from LinkedIn for giving me a free. How like LinkedIn gives you that free month of like
a premium.
Yeah, I got a free month, and then I was just going through all executives' pages and connecting with them, and only one person responded, and he's like, "Hey, we usually don't do this. Let's connect." And they connected with them, and I pitched it. It wasn't a good pitch, but they gave me feedback. I came back stronger, but it still wasn't there. But with their feedback, I decided, you know what? I want this story to be told. I want like a snippet of the story told. And I'm like, oh, I did My Brother Teddy. I have what you're looking at here. I've had it on my hard drive in like a storyboard form. I was like, just turn this into a comic book. And that's what I did, as what you're seeing here on the screen. And I was like, I need to tell people the story, no matter what medium I can do it in.
It looks fantastic. Cool. It does give Cartoon Network vibes. It really does. It took Shoyo to say it. I'm like, this reminds me of something. And it's like, yeah, it's Cartoon Network vibes.
Yeah, it's Men in Black meets Kids Next Door. That's how I put it.
Well, damn. Okay. Two dope cartoons that are not highly spoken of. So these are good, man.
He's great.
So
what's up, Jake? Sorry I'm late, y'all. I had to take care of this for the voice actor.
Look, the man, you're a working man yourself, Navy. Matt, speaking of which, do you got a question, Navy?
Absolutely.
I knew it. I can count on my brother.
You know I did. Sir, first of all, it's good to see you again, brother. It's good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
Because this is one of the hardest working cats you'll ever meet. He don't look like it. This man sweats under his skin. Okay, he's always working that hard. So, with all the projects that you have done, is there somebody that you've seen the work that you would love to work with if you ever had a chance to do a collaboration?
That's a good question. I honestly, I never thought of it that way. I just wanted to be in the same space as these people, like like Scott Snyder, I just met in MegaCon, and I gave him My Brother Teddy, and he's one of the reasons why I kept going, because long story short, he was at a Barnes and Noble doing a signing, and I couldn't go, but my friend was able to go for me and get one of my comic books signed, and told him I wanted to, get into the comic game. And he wrote on my comic book saying good luck, and giving my friend extra things. He basically said to him to relay the message to me saying, hey, keep going, because we need more young cats in the game, because it's a lot of old heads in comic books, especially with the big companies. But I would like to collab one day with guys like him, and artists. I would like to work with anyone that's great, like Joe Madureira. He has this manga. I read manga as well, so I've always been a big fan of his work. I would like to talk to Todd McFarlane, but I've never. I want to be in the same room with these people. That's what I want to be in.
So can I say it? My Brother Teddy was one of my favorite stories. I
Thank
read
you,
that when it first came out, and I said, if you are not emotional after reading that, something's wrong with you. Because it got me. It got me. I was like, yo, I did not see that coming. Yo, okay. See, let me stop.
Did you listen to the music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Banging, beautiful. Every other word I could think of a positive. Let's just say I know what this man can do, and he sweats under the skin. That's how I know how hard he works. Okay, you should have known. You already know me, bro. You already know me. Come on now.
That was
Thank you.
that my brother so as you read My Brother Teddy, you get this feeling of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't help. I mean, every kid has had some kind of stuffed animal, right? You know, and imaginations just blowing people's mind. So to watch that unfold, and like I said, those last few panels, I'm like, stop. No, stop. Like, I was like, it shouldn't be coming in waves like this, but it's good, and I can appreciate that kind of care. And I would read stuff like this. Remember, Navy, like when Marvel would do Nuff Said, they used to do like Nuff Said, and somehow those stories were more powerful than anything that had writing in it. You know, when they did the 9/11 issue of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, it was all black issue, no words said at all, just the aftermath of what happened. And you can feel the emotion, already knowing what you were dealing with that whole thing, and then watching that unfold. So when you see My Brother Teddy and is going through that same emotional roller coaster, and now it's a black kid, so you can really understand it and realize he's just a kid. He's just like any other kid.
But that artwork,
that artwork was clean. Like
that artwork, I looked at that. I was like, you cannot tell me to see Teddy with that sword and that shield and not want to rock that as a cosplay. Something's wrong with you, y'all. Come on.
He was looking badass.
I considered trying to get someone to 3D print that so I could just wear it somewhere.
Teddy was looking badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't do this to me, Jay.
I'm gonna have to pull it up again because Teddy was looking badass. Like,
it takes a lot of inspiration. You know, I grew up. I had a teddy, but I had like a white polar bear. You know, when I was a kid, I grew up watching Kevin Sorbo's Hercules, even though we know how he is. I really like Hercules. You know, and I grew up watching, you know, Disney's Hercules as well, and I just always liked that style. It was really cool, and you know, Digimon was also like an inspiration. Just so you know, I always like creatures that could stand upright, you know, anthropomorphized. It was really cool. He just looks so badass.
Like this is
that looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
And I'm an anime person, so I'm thinking immediately of scenes from Beastars. Not gonna lie to you, and I'm just like, but this dude, his gear and everything looks sick.
Yeah, man, phenomenal.
Even just like the crown and just hanging off his side I like that touch.
Yeah, because just from reading it, you knew what it meant. You knew what it meant for him. But I'm like the inking and the coloring and just the art in itself. And that's why books like this stand out.
The color is not from Todor. It's another person from Bulgaria is a woman by the name of Sonia. She's the only person I'll do colors with. Like, I know there are great colors out there, but
she nailed it. She nailed it. And you cannot, if you don't feel what's going on, the fight scenes, the moment right here, this one made me, this one made me just go, nigga, come on. If you ain't feeling this, what the hell is wrong with you?
It's so this scene when they're just like, we're back. I fought to get to you. We're back. Now we're gonna face this together.
See, now you got me feeling this all over again, man.
It's end game. It's end game.
Oh my gosh.
So is this type of it's really is this type of storytelling that really stands out.
Mm-hmm.
That really stands out, and it just gives you
Yeah.
another level of. You look at you kind of look at some other houses, I should say, and say, okay, where are y'all at? Because you know, it goes back to that conversation of quality over quantity.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's cool that we get a lot of picks and everything else, but not all of them hit. Not all of them can tell the story correctly. Not sometimes the art can fall short because of deadlines. Sometimes the writing can be a little forced, but not everybody can strike that lightning in the bottle. It's a few of them, and you mentioned a couple of them, whether they're writers or artists. You mentioned a couple of them, and they just know how to hit those notes.
Yeah, I agree. You know, one of the reasons I went silent with this story is because I remember it was a Batman and Robin comic during New 52. I believe it was Peter Tomasi, and it was when spoilers for anyone listening or that hasn't read this. Robin dies, Damian Wayne, and in the entire Batman and Robin issue, I believe it was issue 38. I could be wrong. And it's just Batman going through his night, you know, grieving, but there's no dialogue. And that's one of the books I always went back to, because normally when you're reading Batman, I hear, you know, Kevin Conroy, and I hear I'm forgetting the actor's name who played Alfred, but I hear like these are the people that I hear. But this time I just couldn't hear it. And you know, you just have to like look at the pictures, because you know, you could read dialogue. It could be distracting because you're getting information. But it's like, it's the old saying, you know, picture is 1,000 words. You can look at it differently. And that's the book I kept going back to. Not saying it's the best comic book. It's just I can see the, you know, the replay value of me going through that book again. So this is
like my fourth time
people
looking
can
at
just
this.
This is number 3 for me.
I always go back to it, you know.
Because like I said, there are panels that stand in this one, like stands out like he's going back. Like I didn't forget.
I said, I'm better for this. I'm coming back to get you, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to get you. And I got excited when I saw him don that battle gear. I got excited. And not a word was uttered. Not a single.
It's so raw and just untapped potential.
I hate you, Jay. I'm telling you right now. I hate you so much right now. I'm feeling everything.
They're just like, where's book 2? And I was like, as of now, nothing. But I do have ideas cooking.
we need more ideas like this cooking for real.
Telling you, finish it.
But more importantly, do you have book 3 and 4 already?
Oh, wow.
I'm just let's get
the important questions. That's crazy.
I gotta come back to you on that. I gotta come back to you on that.
Inquiring minds want to know. We want to talk about this on Kira's show. Okay, so I need you to, we need this.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk later. We'll talk. Oh wait, and you're in New York too? Boy, please. All right, hold on.
Yeah, she'll make. Trust me, she'll make your way. If you're in the area, she'll make her way to you.
Okay.
If you're in the area,
you in trouble. That's all I gotta say, bro. You in trouble. That's all I gotta say.
She's
gonna be like,
she's the second in command for a reason.
I'm gonna get it done, baby. I'm gonna get it done.
I just texted her. I was like, "Are you gonna be there?" She was like, "Yeah, I was already gone." Okay, cool. Be nice to show one of our faces, you know, if we're in the area. So it is. And this other one you've done, Napoleon from the Machine.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, that one probably, I don't want to say has more heart, but more grief, because I was like, when I wrote that story, I was depressed that year. I remember it was the summer, so like that's when like my mom got sick. And you know, I'm like, it's 2 years after college, you know, you got this debt, you know, still on your back from school, you know, love life is not great, and mom is sick. So I was like, it's in the name, Napoleon from the Machine. If you guys know God from the Machine, is basically, it's just basically writers are gods in their stories. It's just one of the things where it's something I came up with after as I spent time thinking about it. But Napoleon from the Machines is about a depressed artist that, you know, anything he draws comes to life. So that in itself is trying to control things that he can't control. So for me, you know, my mom is sick. I'm here thinking, like, how do I control, you know, keeping her here? There could be something supernatural about it. I'm not superstitious, but I think that's just how I felt. And if you guys have read this book, you know, at the end, there's a character that dies. And for me, it's kind of like swapping places with my mom. I had to like take a life in order to keep my mom here. But in the character's journey, it's him. He used to be a hero, but he has to make his way back, you know, fight through the depression. So that's like me going through it. And I wrote all 6 issues. It's a total of 6 issues. But 2 of there is only 2 issues out now. And I wrote all that in like 2 months because I had to like kind of put my grief somewhere, you know, put it down on paper.
I was going to say that's more therapeutic, if anything, to kind of get that out.
Yeah.
This the writing, the artwork, because I read this one too, and I'm like, I need more of this. like all of these, like, and they're all different types of and see, this is the beautiful thing about it. You didn't pigeonhole yourself into one type of story, like one type of genre. There are 3 different genres I've seen already. One is fantasy, one is kind of a sci-fi futuristic vibe, one is like a really kind of cartoony vibe to it. So you could tell a story, which it's hard to do for a lot of people. And it needs to be.
Yeah, it's one of those things I tell people, like, it's and I'm sure you guys have seen this quote before. It's like, I think I may be butchering it, but something like the child that survives is the adult, or the adult is the child who survived. I forget the actual saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I've always said it, but it's like I'm a kid at heart, and I'm always daydreaming. I've always loved daydreaming. I think kids should be allowed to daydream. As we grow up, we get so pigeonholed in with bills and having to survive, and especially in this country, especially if people of color, we have to survive, be it, you know, working and family, which family is great, but, you know, the best place is in your brain. You know, I should be allowed. I used to always, you know, daydream after school, or not after school, during school, after I finished all classwork, and I just want to look out the window and imagine myself jumping off the rooftops like Batman or Daredevil. And, you know, but then you have to snap back to reality. You know,
the creative adult is the child that has survived.
Thank you.
See, we're a complicated of information around
we're
here.
learned staff and crew around here.
I went to college.
I'm crying.
But I can't help but to just wonder what else is in the bank for you. And I'm preaching it into existence, because there's going to be money coming your way. Don't ask me how this works. It's a mutant power of mine. If I could just
I like that power.
We all do.
Yeah.
Bring on the checks.
Right. It's one of those things where, so I wrote these stories at different points in my life. Like, it's been a while since I've actually written something. So all these stories that you're asking for more of, like Napoleon, they're all written. I just need to fund them, because my brother Teddy, I'm like looking because I brought him. I so it just stays in my bag. All these were.
I need your bag. That's all I gotta say. I need your bag. Okay.
I paid for all this. I didn't fund them. And going forward, book 2 of Napoleon, I had done through Kickstarter, and then my current campaign for the Alien Heroes 2 is it's something I'm trying to get funded, because it's like financially that is hurting me. So I'm trying to just get that done, so I can just tell this more stories. And I have other ideas. I've had ideas for samurais. I love samurais. I love the Western. I'm trying to somehow tell a story with that.
Mhm.
I'm a big One Piece fan, so
Aw, damn it.
No, I'm sitting here like
there-
too.
There are
Jesus.
so the
And
reason
boom
why
goes
she
the
responds
dynamite.
I'll
in
say
kind
this.
is because
Come on.
And boom
she
goes the dynamite.
Kira
I'm
responds in
I'm
kind
not-
because the only way she refers to One Piece, because I'm a One Piece fan, the only way she refers to One Piece when it comes to her is that she's my Zoro to my Luffy. That's about as far as it will go. She will not accept anything else.
I want a Zoro.
I'll say this: I'm a big one. Look, I've been a One Piece. Look, I'm 31. I've been watching and consuming that franchise since I was like 12. So I've bled One Piece. I never bled One Piece, but I breathe that. Like, you know, that's like my thing. Now, what I'll say is the One Piece Jehovah's Witness people.
It's a
I'm
cult.
not part of that cult.
Okay.
I'm not part of the cult. I love it. I tell people it's a good series. If me and my friend had a conversation about, like, look, if someone wants to get into the franchise, no matter length, or you do it and you find your discovery, you know, you discover that story and what it means to you. I would never try to like force people to be like, hey, you have to watch it. I never say it's better than another show, because One Piece will not be a thing before. Say that again.
No, one of our co-hosts, Tafari, is
I never said it was better than anything.
No. But you said you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I said you don't have to watch it in one sitting. I said you can do the cheat code movies and find one that you like. You supposed to do all
first of all, don't do the cheat code movies. Just actually, like, if you're gonna commit, you commit. If you don't, you don't. That's just it's black or white at that point.
He's got a
because
point.
now what I'll say is, look, I've got the tattoo. I love One Piece.
My jacket's in the car. My bomber jacket or my
Zoro
jacket's in the car.
Here.
So
I love the show, but I was getting back into it. I couldn't do Skypiea from the start again. So recap it is.
There we go.
So no,
So,
I tell people, like, if you're gonna get on it, you get on it. But if not, don't do it, because one thing that for sure, when that series ends, it's gonna be spoiled for everybody, and people are gonna probably want to go through it. That's all I'll say.
That
you know what?
That happens. You're right. You're absolutely right. When it comes to any type of show, people, you know, they'll find out something near the end, and they're like, you know what? I need to go back and watch how it got built up to that point. Especially when it's a good show. You know, there's people who, what is not how I Get Away with Murder? What's the other one with Papa Pope?
Scandal.
Like, to this day, Papa Pope, and I'm like, I never watched all that show, but I know that Papa Pope don't play.
Oh my goodness!
I know he don't play. I've seen it.
I don't want to show you, but I know.
100%.
Yeah,
the monologues are
chef's kiss. Yeah,
I mean, anytime you got to break your daughter down, like in the hangar, of like, you did not aim high enough. What are you talking about? I'm just like,
you sleeping with the president. Come on, now.
I said, never watched the show, but I've seen that episode, and I'm like, yo, he preaching facts, and he ain't lying. So shout out to Shonda Rhimes, because that was a hell of a scene. But when I see those type of shows, it creates more conversation. Because it makes people want to go back and say, all right, I'm going to try to check this out. I'm gonna, see what, however you check it out is how you check it out. You know, so
yeah. And
sometimes you get committed and sucked in. Yes. Sometimes you get committed and sucked in. Sometimes you just kind of speed through it or pick and choose.
Or fake sip the Kool-Aid.
Fake sip the Kool-Aid.
We've come a long way as OG fans. We started with the budget Kool-Aid, then it was off the shelves. Then we
leave Flavor Aid alone, okay? Leave the Flavor Aid.
Then we had to go find it at the bootleg store. Now it's mainstream again. It's been a long ride.
Yeah.
Flavor Aid got me through the summer. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He said the Flavor Aid.
We're coming up on 20 years of the 4Kids dub. We have to relive that.
No. My white friends had Kool-Aid. Okay, they were special.
But that opening though was great. I'm not that One Piece rap.
That was the
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the thing. It's like, okay, we have this Japanese animation. What are we doing for an opening? And it was just rock song, pop song, rap song, and in that order.
It has, but see, it's not just anime though. You know, it's a little different with anime because it's a longer form. It's really just longer form storytelling because regular shows that we get here in the States, they run with 5 to 12 seasons, and you can kind of like crush those out with no problem.
Or
you know,
if
not
it's
to mention
CW,
the seasons are long.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Jesus,
That's
man.
another story. I was like, which season can I skip? You can skip You can skip season 5 of the
Right.
film. You can just
Yeah.
skip
skip
that
many,
because it's
yeah.
literally just 5 episodes. It's just, so it's certain things you can see. 10 years of Smallville. I say, hey, certain stuff you can watch through there. You can skip the whole Lana and the Witch thing, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you
it's
can't really do that too much.
so, but it is. You're right. There are certain shows and even books because what I like now is that when you have the Avengers and now you have X-Men 97 and then you have all these comic book related movies and television shows, it does create new readers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from various ages, it does create new readers. However, there's a catch-22.
Then you got new readers.
Yeah, you got the new readers who think they know it all because they've seen the movies. I'm like, man, you got to separate the two. There's the movies and the shows, and then there's the comics, and they're two totally different beasts. Still great story narratives. You just can't mix them. You can't mix. It's not a Reese cup. It doesn't always work that way. So, but here's to getting my brother Teddy Alien Heroes and Napoleon animated because I can see like if my brother Teddy is an animated series, that's how that's the story form, like Primal. Ooh. It's a wrap. Throw that joint on Blerd Station,
and it's a kid's show.
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Right.
Light work.
Like you can, I can see something like that. Really
Primal meets like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So, if you ever watched Samurai Jack or like the original Clone Wars show, it's the guy who did that, Gendy Tartakovsky, but he's basically telling the story of this caveman and this dinosaur, and the goal is to just survive whatever's trying to kill you this week. It sounds simple.
Like the caveman lost his family, the dinosaur lost her family. And they're kind of at first is kind of a reluctant team up because they're two totally different species, but then they managed to work that out because they end up growing. What's the movie? Not Alienation. The one with Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid.
Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine. That's it. It's Enemy Mine. It's an old movie where one was a human, one was an alien. They are sworn enemies, but they get trapped on the planet and have to use each other to survive.
Yeah, it was Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah, good movie.
Fantastic.
The whole show is basically told in growls and roars, but you kind of get where they're coming from. And the one time we do meet other people who are smart enough to talk, they have to paint pictures with like sticks in sand. And it's like this super compelling story, even though you have no idea what's being said, which is, like Kira said, the impression I got just scrolling through those initial pages. So you and Gendy and the stew would probably make magic.
I you know, as you say, so go back and answer Navy's question. I would like to work with them because I've always liked again, Westerns and samurai. It just goes back to that. Like, even though there was dialogue in those old movies, there were times of silence. The moments that I appreciated in Samurai Jack were the silent moments.
Gendy Tartakovsky, he knew what he was doing, and I think he was doing something that a lot of other animators were afraid to, which is tell a story without dialogue and let the animation speak and elicit emotion. So with my brother Teddy, that's the vibe that I get, because I don't want to read what you're thinking. Show me what you're thinking, show me what you're doing, and bring me and draw me into the story. And now you'll have a fan forever. What's the next story? What's the next level?
Right. Hey, Goddess. So everybody that's over on IG watching, Goddess, Tough Kong 11, Tiny Books, Steph, Lloyd, Tamil, plenty of you guys. Hello, how are you? You can
Hello.
also join the show on the YouTube channel and have some fun and join in with the comment section. Jay, we're gonna go take a commercial break and we're gonna do a quick cover. You wanna stick around? All right. We will be right back. We got a couple little pieces of something that just need to be addressed. So we'll be right back. Oh, I can't wait till I get my hands on this pop start steak and tell me that's not the last pop start cake steak. With all the vitamins and minerals that are included in Pop Starts, they still manage to bring a family together. Blerd's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. Hey everybody, we are back. I hope you like
Sir. We need to give him an award for that, okay?
Nah, I was in here dying. I was like, wait a minute.
You got the crazy Smeagol looking guy eating the Pop Starts, and you come in. I'm sitting there going, nigga, how many times we been in that position? That better not be the last one.
All this happened when it was the last drop of Kool-Aid in the refrigerator. I said, really?
Oh, man.
So I was in the zone. I was like, I don't even drink Kool-Aid like that. The kids do. I'm like, I just wanted something sweet for that moment.
Oh, it worked. That's for sure.
Yeah. I'm like, let me go put this to work. So yeah, that was our new Pop Starts commercial. Can't come for us, Kellogg. None of your stuff's on there. It's all right. So we have been getting some treats since CinemaCon when it comes to like a lot of trailers and you name it, you got it. One thing that we had came across that was brought to our table earlier was the Transformers 1 trailer. And it was prior to the trailer that we found out who the voice cast was, which we really weren't sold on because it was just kind of weird. And the cast is Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyson Henry, Scarlett Johansson. I'm trying to think who else is it. I
think Key is in it too.
Yeah, Keegan Michael Key.
Oh.
He's B.
Yeah. And Chris Hemsworth is playing out a young Optimus Prime, aka Orion Pax.
Wow.
Brian Tyson Henry is playing Megatron.
Tyree.
Tyree.
Mhm.
Yeah, Tyree. Brian Tyree. Scarlett Johansson is RC, and Keegan Michael Key is Bumblebee, but they're not known by those names as of yet. And I gotta say, and this is an animated trailer. I gotta say, I was actually impressed and kind of wanting to see it now. Like,
Is this supposed to be a series or like a movie?
It's
a film.
its own thing. So I'll explain once this is over.
Yeah, it's his own thing. It's his own film. So let's see.
explain.
How long do you think we'll be here? I'm not talking to you.
You know what? We are so screwed.
Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me.
Oh Lord.
Report to Waste Management.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
We're gonna call you B.
I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform. Don't you want to see what's out there?
There's a reason no one goes to the surface. It's dangerous.
Why'd you bring jetpacks?
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you.
I accept those terms.
The surface.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
I'm crying.
You have proven yourself worthy. Take these and access your full potential. It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
We can transform now.
On 3, 1. It's working! Where's my head?
How do we use these things?
Oh, look at wheels! I need wheels! Guys, that's not good.
We've got these powers for a reason. Let's use them.
We stand here together as one.
Whoa! I got a battle mask! It appeared with this guy. Knife hands?
I can see that. These are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
No, it was already like that.
No,
Right?
it was already there.
That's right. It was. Yeah, it was already like.
Oh, so it's
I'm on board.
a movie.
I'm on
I
board.
like it, and I want to
I'm
give it
on
a fair
board.
shot. But the fandom is split right now, and I kind of get it because the people who grew up on Michael Bay are technically adults now. So the
You know what? They
concerns.
just need to.
We're
They should
adults.
I'm saying,
Right.
I'm saying, but we were like that last batch that got an animated version, and then there are kids who beneath us that was their intro. So the
Armada.
one saying
I
like,
remember.
I didn't grow up with this, I get it, but we're kind of in the middle because we saw an animated Transformers and then that, so I get why they're complaining. But then you got people before us who were like, no, this was what we were introduced to, and it's our first time doing like a lore accurate Transformers.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't really get much of a
Yeah.
heads up. We kind of just got like a quick CinemaCon drop along with an announcement for a second movie, and then they just kind of rolled this out. So I
Thank you.
get the confusion.
But see, they're
going
only
on, sir?
creating that confusion because every story they're doing prequels now. So guess what? This would fall into the realm of being a prequel.
This is exactly. I
Yeah.
grew up on G1. For those who don't know what G1 means, is Generation 1. That's what this is. This Generation
So-
1 Transformers. That's what we call the original series G1.
And it always sparked questions like, how did they come about? How did they be able to transform? And this answers those questions. So those people are saying, well, we don't know how to feel. You know what? How about you take several seats outside the theater and let the rest of us go and enjoy it, okay? Because I don't feel like hearing you bitch and complain, okay? Just sticking cocaine out there in the lobby. Enjoy
It's
yourself.
given very much. Stop being a bitch and come on.
Thank you. My girl show you. Let's go.
I think with CinemaCon, because we didn't get a lot of info, they just said like, "Hey, there's Transformers 1. There's also Transformers and GI Joe." But we didn't really explain if they were what they were or.
It's kind of they kind of threw it at you.
Yeah, we just that's why I'm like, I think a lot of people just didn't get a good heads up of what we were going. The launch in space was cool. I watched that, but I think what was it? Joe from Spartan's podcast said, according to the creator, you can just call it an origin to whatever franchise you want, and I like that it's open ended enough for that.
Look, my liege.
Oh, good.
Because you know what it is? It's like it kind of reminds me of it was not I was gonna say Godzilla, but I forget what trilogy. You could just make a trilogy within that realm, and it doesn't touch
anything else.
And you're right. You mentioned Godzilla. They're doing it. They're doing something like with Godzilla. You have Shin Godzilla, then you have Godzilla -1, but then over here you have Godzilla and Kong, and it's its own thing. You know, so like they've been doing this for years.
And the Apple series too. I don't think that's
that's kind of. Oh, you talking about Monarch?
Well,
Monarch.
Oh, and that was good.
Monarch's in the version, but it's doing its own thing.
The first Godzilla and the second one.
Yeah, that's that Monarch series is. Yeah, but other than that, like Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1, it's its own story.
Yeah,
it's it's its own thing, and be honest with you,
magically we're all happy that we're getting more content of what we want to see.
Yeah, give me more. Give me more everything nerdy.
That's kind of why I'm like, you can tell a fan made this because they're like, well, where does it lie? It's like you can pick. It's just an origin story, whatever franchise. That's apparently it's supposed to get really dark too. Like, apparently,
of course.
Apparently,
I picked that up. And I like that. It kind of reminds me of like Across the Spider-Verse. It's fun and light for the kids with all the pretty colors, but it gets into the point where us adults will see like the underlying tones. And literally in the scene where you see Megatron drop the Decepticons logo, I was like, oh, that's dark already. Like I know something bad is gonna happen.
Like
what makes the dark side.
Apparently people. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you probably. I took you to this first movie, but you're not gonna be old enough to see the second one, so you're gonna have to wait.
Even when they announced the voice actors, which again that kind of came like overnight, I thought it was gonna be like them doing their versions of Optimus and Megatron, which it sounds like. Because I'm guessing it's an early trailer that's still mixing the audio. It sounds like they're bouncing between, like they're doing their own versions. Or maybe at the end of this movie, they become who they normally sound like.
Because there's a line
even as a joke with Keegan bouncing his voice between Badassatron. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them like evolve into that, or we see Megatron ripping out B's voice box at the end of this.
You get to see, even with Chris Hemsworth doing Optimus, you hear there's a line when he says, "When we all are one." There's literally
I thought the rest of the trailer was going to sound like that, and then he goes back to teenage. But what were you going to say, Whoopty?
Same thing. Basically, that you can hear the change in the voice, like it's going between what Chris Hemsworth actually sounds like, kind of, and then what we know. All of us, basically, regardless of where you are in your Transformers journey, know Optimus Prime to sound like.
I mean, it's literally. I'm for it. It looks good. I was one of the, I want to say, skeptics, because I'm like, okay, you're announcing the voice cast, and I have nothing. It was just, you said Chris Hemsworth as Optimus. I was trying to work it out, and apparently he's very good. I mean, it's Bradley Cooper all over again. To this day.
You know what? Let Brian Tyree Henry start off as himself as Megatron, and then let Megatron be Paperboy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would watch him.
That's honestly, I thought even if they're gonna do like normal voices, I thought that's what he was gonna go for, but he is just using his regular voice. At least till then, I can see based on like you said, the look he gave with the Decepticon, I can fully see him having a different tone to his entire thing by the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm for it. So
it looks good. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Transformers anything since probably the second one, but that looks interesting, and
you're better.
It's giving me. It's giving me like the movie is giving me Lego vibes. I don't like Lego movie vibes as in the
exactly yes,
and it's giving that it's gonna provide whatever is needed. I don't know the lore, but it's giving that I'm gonna enjoy the movie.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned the Lego movie because I can't remember the actor's name, but he played like I hear him now. No, not Chris Pratt. Not Chris Pratt. I'm thinking of Batman Lego. Okay. Lego Batman.
Oh my god.
Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett. Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to seeing him Arnett. Just being funny, and then like he's being funny in Lego Batman, but I'm like, we're so used to our Batman. And now we're getting, different variations of people doing the voice, and I'm like, okay, it's Lego Batman. Like, just roll with it. It's for the kid. And then I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
It's not. It looks.
And apparently, people have wanted a no human involved Transformers movie forever. Apparently,
right? They've been asking to go back to Cybertron for a while.
Oh,
yeah. I thought there was one. I thought the whole series. There were no humans in the Transformers series.
In the cartoon, in the original, there were just maybe 2 or 3. But it was really surrounded around the robots. So
the early 2000s, which was an offshoot of that, more human involved, which kind of helped the
dynamic. That was Armada, right? And Energon, I forget
Armada,
what that was. I loved Armada.
Yeah, and I think they had their own variation of Beast Wars for a while, but we kind of got that, and then that kind of spoon fed us into when Michael Bay came out.
Yeah. So it's you're right, Whoopty. They've been asking for less humans for quite a while. I mean, they did this with Godzilla and Kong, and people were like, "What about the human element?" I said, "It's a giant lizard and a giant ape fighting. We don't care about the humans at this point."
I'm weak.
Don't.
Unless you think of the comic, Kong versus Godzilla versus Justice League, and then you know how that is right now.
I'm sorry, what?
There is a Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League series going on right now, in print.
And he is giving them the business.
He really is.
I'm like, giving them the business, and I'm like, but we see these type of things in crossovers with comics all the time. The time, and so it's not out of the realm. I mean, how many times have we seen Alien versus Predator versus Jason, or what's it, Army of Darkness versus Freddy Krueger, or Army of Darkness versus Jason, or Army of Darkness versus Jason and Freddy? Like, they do these things consistently, so it's nothing out of the way.
I saw Predator meets Archie, and I tossed that book halfway across the store. I said, "Get this abomination out of my face." Are you kidding? Yeah, I'm not lying about this, y'all. I'm not lying. Predator meets Archie. I said, "Get the holy ass." What the hell?
Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Archie met everybody at this point.
Yeah. Archie been all over the place. Beast Machine started out with promise, which they did for its time, and then it ended like very. But then at the time, that was a time where CGI and like computer generated imagery like that was on the rise. Reboot, Beast Wars. It was a couple other ones in between. So we were just getting up there. Like, you watch those now, you were just like, they're fun for the story, but man, they don't hold up visually. You could see like how clunky it really is when you watch them now. So yeah. It did end in Battlestar Galactica style. Batman versus TMT, which by the way, Wasn't bad.
Not bad. Not bad. No.
That wasn't.
No.
I'm like, is Shredder giving Bruce the smoke?
Oh my gosh, no.
So-
not the
Oh my
smoke,
gosh, no.
So,
no, not the
it-
smoke, no.
I'm like, baby, it don't matter how many styles you fighting Shredder. I don't think this ain't the battle. This ain't it. So, there were some moments. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back. We got another trailer. I said
That is
this
scary
one
as
on
hell.
purpose.
Okay.
I said, "Oh no, I'm playing that one last. I'm saving that on purpose." So, we'll be right back. Enjoy the show, everybody. All right, we are back.
Had me grooving for a second there. Like, yo, that music was banging. All of a sudden, now we're back.
Right?
Like, damn it.
Shout out to Villainous Beats. He's pretty much become the in-house producer of music.
Can we get to the hook, please, before you take me away, please? That's all I ask.
I'm trying to find everywhere to put this music. So I'll put my saber up because it's there for the ready. So we got something from Mr. Reynolds. I will go on record and call him Marvel White Jesus.
It's correction. It's Mr. Lively.
Mr. Lively. He does refer to himself as Mr. Lively.
I like that.
He does refer to himself as that. He announced the day before that he will be dropping this trailer. At which point I told the team, I said, don't even pay attention to IG. Go straight to his YouTube page. It's going to drop there first. And I'm glad to say that, Mr. Lively, I'm on to your schemes. I wasn't wrong. And we got our full Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. And by God, this still isn't the best bits of it.
No.
So here we go.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, let's put on the tick, so upsy daisy. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider. I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Yourself.
2 peas in a pod.
Life is a mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. What? Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine.
Oh, look at.
He said it's off limits.
What about Bolivian marching band?
They know all these languages. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupter?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, that man does not disappoint. But when I say he doesn't disappoint,
We should have done that.
even down to the damn marketing, the marketing alone is genius. Everything this man touches, I'm just like, yeah, you don't get this much often.
I'm stealing both posters. And the fact he posted it before Marvel.
Who's going to stop him?
Yeah.
This,
Who's gonna stop me, huh?
There's a reason why
Deadpool not
Deadpool
stopping people. If you live in Austin, Texas, or San Diego, God bless, because we're taking over the convention centers and the theaters that weekend. Because
That is an absolute fucking fact.
Yeah, this
Oh my
comes
God.
out during
Yeah, we're gonna be at DreamCon. And Tafari already planned. He was like,
Christy,
so
I'm gonna be in San
go
Diego,
theaters?
so I need you to find me, okay? And we'll meet up and have lunch, okay?
just because we talked about it before, but everyone else is already slowly coming up with the same idea, and I'm not gonna fight all of Austin plus DreamCon to get tickets. So when them shits go on sale, we are just getting a batch.
I gotta say, like I said, who's gonna stop him? We wouldn't have Deadpool if it wasn't for Ryan Reynolds leaking the test footage himself, and only turn around and say, "Oops, I may or may not have done that." Like, in which Fox had to fold and say, "Okay, well,
Well, I guess they fucking like it.
So at this point, like, this is why Feige, when it was announced, once Disney bought Fox and everything, and everybody was worried, and they said they were creating a third Deadpool movie, which, by the way, technically not a third Deadpool movie.
It's a third
Deadpool
Deadpool
and
movie,
Wolverine.
but it's not Deadpool. Yeah, it's not Deadpool 3.
It's not a Deadpool 3, so we could still be getting that, and only for them to say, "Hey, Feige is pretty much just giving him more money to do exactly."
Hey, what you want? You're fine. You're fine.
Like,
Do what you want.
he said at the end.
For the longest, I'm not putting on the clause again unless it's MCU. And Feige said, "Have Ryan Pick make the call."
He's breaking the internet again, I see. But yeah, even down to his aviation gin, he has a new aviation gin commercial that's Deadpool themed, and I'm like, dude, you're selling two different brands in the same commercial. Is genius.
He said, "I want the suit. You got to come take it off me."
I wouldn't doubt that the man has one at his house.
He absolutely has several at his
I know
home.
he definitely took one from one of the sets.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think he took one. I think they gave it to him. They're just like, oh yeah, you. What are we
We
going to
would
say?
not
No.
be employed without you being in this fucking suit.
Pops,
So
I just
thanks.
remember what I think it was in Batman versus Superman dropped. They told Batfleck like he had to pay some ridiculous amount, and beneath it was a quote with Ryan Reynolds. It's like, we wrapped filming and I just went home with it on. There was no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts, and they never talked to me about it again.
So I am all for this one. I am not disappointed. I wouldn't doubt that. Okay, everybody's seen The Dark Knight Rises. So at the end, you see, Bruce fakes his death, and when you see him sometime later, he's at some French cafe with Catwoman, and he looks across and he sees Alfred. Alfred doesn't say a word; he just gives him the nod. I'm pretty sure that's what happened on the set of Deadpool. It's like they just seen him and they just like, and let him come off with the suit and didn't say another word.
There's just so much to unpack in there too. Like,
like Liefeld's good feet. the storefront.
That and the giant, which I don't think that's Ant-Man. I don't think it's like a story. I think it's just an Easter egg because I actually read Old Man Logan. I think that's a dead Hank Pym.
It could be either one.
Because in Old Man Logan, there's a giant Hank Pym corpse that was stuck, and I think they named it like Pym Peak or something goofy like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that we are now using this man's cerebellum as a villain base.
So speaking of villains, we got introduced. Well, for those who don't know, we got introduced to this saucy little number right here, Cassandra Nova.
This bitch,
played by Emma Corrin, and that's how Cassandra really looks in the comics. But you know, here she is wearing the saucy little Kate Spade number right here.
You're not wrong.
I wish Kira could have put that image right up there when he said this bitch.
So,
from 1997.
I mean, it's quite possible. So there's a little piece that I like to call So into hyperdrive. Into hyperdrive is where I do a quick hyperdrive deep dive into a character study, and this one is on Cassandra Nova. Now, Cassandra Nova is in the comics was introduced to X-Men, and what was it? X-Men 114, written by Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. She is short-term version. She's the twin sister to Charles Xavier. But there's a little more to it. It's a little more. That's the simplified version, oversimplified version. Actually, it's a little more. Chuck in the womb, while in the womb, has sensed that his twin was a bit evil, so he strangled her in the womb.
I remember that. Oh my god!
Yes, which caused a miscarriage. He was forced to kill, caused a miscarriage, surviving undetected for years as a growing mass of cells in a sewer roll. Stay with me, people. It's comics. We do this all the time. Cassandra meticulously crafted a new body for herself, fueled by a burning desire for revenge against her brother. Upon emerging, she swiftly seized control of a secret, wild master mold while in South America jungles, leveraging its capabilities to unleash a genocidal massacre in Genosha using deadly sentinels. Once again, Genosha. Never over it. So, despite initial confrontations with the X-Men on nearly several occasions, because she just keeps popping up, because why not? She has manipulated her way through various hosts and situations. Utilizing Charles's form, she orchestrated a series of devastating events, including causing chaos with the Shi'ar Empire. See, she's always full of bullshit. So, so Cassandra's schemes escalated with the creation of Sentinels or Sentinites, which are microscopic machines capable of inducing murderous rage in their hosts towards mutants. These machinations culminated in a climactic showdown where she sought to force Jean Grey into conflict. However, her X-Men and the Avengers, they thwarted her plans and ultimately subdued her. Now she has shown up in Krakoa and was left to die. She was running the Marauders for a while, and her current whereabouts are unknown, which means her fate has been left in the winds, which means Cassandra could show up anytime she damn well pleases. So, deep dive, man on the wall, you're welcome. So, there's a lot. And yes, the time where Grant Morrison wrote the X-Men, that was their black leather phase. So a lot to unpack there. Beast created a second mutation. He went through a second mutation. As a matter of fact, a lot of them did. Emma Frost was one of them, which is how she got her diamond form. So a lot of those people have gone through some things, and yeah, it's kind of a thing. Questions?
I'm saving everything for the movie.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Don't take it to the movie. Now, granted, we won't get that supple skinned version anytime soon, but
hey, there it is. Yeah, I still need to see one, where is she from? Which Logan is this? Which it's sounding like a lost story, and I wouldn't be surprised if, because everybody got signed on for one movie contracts. If we find out after Days of Future Past, everyone got murked again.
Mm-hmm.
So Deadpool is about to lose everything. Logan has lost everything. This could be a coming together so we save everyone's story.
Let's not though. Maybe not Fox. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Not Fox, but
even Jay saying like, nah.
I would say the characters, not like the actors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I said in the teaser. I could see us getting propelled into like a roster reset with a new cast of whoever they want for the roles now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that portal just lands them at the end game battle, and it's just like he just brings in everybody who was supposed to be there the first time. It's like, okay, now say the thing.
All I hear is, what the shit? Way too much going on. I did not sign up.
Language. All right. Let me get Andrew. Let me get Toby. Let me get Beast. Let me get everybody in here. Say the thing.
Wow.
So
yeah, this he cleared because he said he's about to lose everything, and we don't know what that's about. So this could be Logan trying to redeem whatever happened to him in whatever verse.
It could be a lot of things, because as much as many that's out there who don't like the multiverse, we do. Thank you very much, Loki.
That's another thing. I'm curious because we see Alliance multiple times.
Yeah. So you have Alliance shown. You have the helmet of a giant man, or Ant-Man, whichever you want to call him. You have a souped up version of Red Skull's car. You have Cassandra Nova. If you have a very keen eye, you have Azrael and Lady Deathstrike as well in that clip.
Mm-hmm.
So we and as we know, we've seen Pyro in the previous trailer. So we're let's put it like this: July 26th. We eating.
I'm curious what's going on with the TVA, because clearly what I'm thinking, it seems like they want Logan for something, and maybe Deadpool's not on board, and that's what the whole conflict is.
I think they want him to kill the Marvel universe. I think he's part. Did a whole book with it. Did a whole book with it.
But like, why present the body instead of just being like, yeah, go do that, and then clearly Deadpool is going to go AWOL at some point, which is possibly what leads to the killing of the TVA agents. And that could all be the first act.
Because they're telling him that if he does this, he will be saving his timeline or fixing whatever timelines need to be fixed if he takes out these particular sets.
That could be it.
Now, mind you, we don't get Morbius. We just might.
We bet not.
We might.
We bet not.
He might
I'm telling you, you'll get Deadpool in the tree of might with Loki, and he will just be cutting off a few extra branches. It'll be Morbius and Madam Web, and it's just like, what are you doing? We don't need these. Just let it die.
Not Madam Web.
You almost made me spit out my drink.
That would be the perfect explanation. Like, if Spider-Verse was the alley, this is the slam dunk.
So here's a funny
a Madam Web that's not Dakota.
Oh shit!
I'm telling you, you're just gonna see him like sawing it off, and then the branch just withers and dies with like.
We never really needed this. I don't know why this is here. We didn't.
That's just daily life. You saw off a branch and it just keeps growing. Like, what the hell?
He's gonna cut off Morbius just before they got Vulture and just plug it into Tom Holland's universe. We're just crossing the wires. And all this
Wait,
shit.
So
I'm about this a little too much.
No more. He needs to go and sit down somewhere. I'm sorry. He's had several chances. Apparently, nobody can tell him no. No, he's had enough. I'm saying no. Please no. Jesus Christ, that fucking thing.
Not that Morbius. Not that Morbius. I'm talking about Owen Wilson.
Yes.
Mobius.
I hope we get some Loki cameos in here. Like, I feel like we might get Renslayer maybe, but
I mean, they're in the outside the timeline, and that's the last place we've seen her.
See, here's the thing: we can speculate all we want. Most of the people that make a speculation will actually start expecting it, and when it doesn't happen, they're the ones that will will bitch and complain because they didn't get to see this, or why this doesn't make any sense, or why did they do it this way.
It's Deadpool. I don't think anybody's gonna be disappointed.
It's Deadpool at DreamCon and Comic-Con. I am elated.
I'm telling you, that Friday the 26th is going to be a really messed up day at San Diego because people are going to have to make a choice. You're going to go to the con,
or
you're going to go to the movie.
It comes out on Thursday too, so they could go see it on Thursday.
They ain't that smart.
The locals can go on Thursday.
I'm sorry. I love my fellow congoers, but they ain't all that smart.
I'm crying.
Yeah, Thursday is pre-registration and check-in.
That's true.
If they don't get those tickets in the
That's
morning,
a good day to go too.
then they're gonna be screwed because they're trying to get those tickets in the morning to go see the movie that night. And if they're smart, but we all know how it goes with con going. Something always happens. There's always a con crunch.
Here's the thing: the last time they had a premiere the weekend of San Diego, they actually had early access on that Wednesday. Wednesday is preview night. So if you don't have ticket access to preview night, that's the perfect time to go. So when Thursday is early showing, matinee showing, most of those people don't have anything going on for Thursday. They could do that. I think Friday is just going to be interesting. That's all I gotta say.
You're not planning on going to San Diego Comic-Con if you're going to a movie on a Friday during Comic-Con. There's
facts.
You made those choices.
Facts. I'll be in Hall H talking about, yeah, decided to go to the movie. Enjoy.
Plus, I mean, that's kind of the thing where it's like, I mean, if you got a con to go to and you really want to go see the movie, you have to go to a morning time. If you're gonna go, I mean, that's typically when people are. No matter what anybody says on a Friday, people still at work, except the people going to the con,
right?
Because they already decided they're off of work,
right?
So you go in the morning so that you can go to the con. But if you want to go in the evening and have a nice thing, I mean, you just don't care at that point.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true.
They better figure it out.
So are we going at night or in the morning? I'm confused. I don't know.
At DreamCon, hey man.
At night, DreamCon, we're going at night. While everybody's at the after party on Friday, that's probably what we're gonna do.
I would tell you that may backfire on you because
I definitely thought
a good chunk of them are comic fans, and they know Friday is a turn up night. So most of them may decide to go to the movie.
They may not. It was like we may not even go to the after party.
They go into
the movie.
They go into the after parties.
A lot of new faces that don't know better.
There's gonna be a lot of new people, 100%, but it'll be the new people that go on Friday. Because I mean, we went to the Friday one, and I'm never going back on Friday. But it's like, you absolutely could do something on Friday, but Thursday will be better. But Friday is good too. It's like,
so I am more than excited. I mean, I followed Ryan Reynolds' career for quite a while, and I've always just found him he's funny. Like, probably one of my favorite movies next to Deadpool is The Proposal.
oh my god!
I mean, it's
good.
It's just a funny rom-com, and plus Betty White. I mean, come on. So
sure, what was that?
To the window.
My bed was messy. I had to fix it real quick. I got distracted.
I'll give him the change up. That was a wild but funny one for me.
Steak and cocaine. That's all I got.
There's too many movies Ryan is in. I probably can't even name the amount of movies I've seen with him in because it's just like.
I mean, I've seen him in Wait. I was introduced to him in Waiting, and I'm like,
dude, that is the best fucking movie on this.
Because I was working in food service at the time, and I'm like, everything this man just said, I believe it because it's true.
Waiting is to Comedy Central what Baby Boy is to BET.
Oh yeah, the Nines is another one. The Voices is another crazy one where he's
remember that one.
He's crazy, and the voices he hear is his dog and cat, who is actually him, and they're trying to not be a killer. He's accidentally killing people. Got dark comedy, and I'm just like, oh,
it's always been his thing.
Yeah.
And it's Ryan running with this torch by himself for the year because we ain't getting nothing else till 2025.
Correct.
He's quoted as saying he will be Marvel Jesus, and I'm not gonna lie, you might be just the one. It's like, you fell too far. Then.
That part.
Let me pull you out. So I'm looking forward to that one. So, Mr. Lively, you don't disappoint. You do not disappoint. I'm
not at all, sir. Not at all.
I'm like, oh, here's a fun fact. So the day that trailer was released was April 22nd. And the swan song you hear is Just Like a Prayer, which was actually released April 22nd.
Wow.
Huh?
And he said, I swear to God, I did not plan that. That's what he said. I swear to God, I swear to God. He said, I swear to Marvel Jesus, I didn't plan that.
Yeah.
He wrote down like this movie. It just I was like, dude, this is gonna happen.
The man has got the touch.
He's got the touch.
Said Blake.
Oh, I do love his tete-a-tete with his wife. I'm like, you know what? I've never seen anybody roast their own wife at every moment possible.
He seems like the type of guy, though. She probably is just like, you know what? I married this man. Fuck it.
Says, he's like, I got married and we have 2 children, and I would put my wife in front of him to protect him. I was just like, okay. I was like, all right, that's not a bad move. So yeah, I'm looking forward. July 26th. For some of us, probably July 24th. You know, to go see this thing early. So and they're not doing they don't do midnight showings anymore, thank God.
So Thursday
midnight showings are like 7 o'clock.
Huh?
They do,
kids,
but right. Like when I was in college, like 23rd, they didn't want, especially because Wisconsin is just alcoholic teenagers everywhere. So the midnight showings is where Thursday night premieres came in to kind of like give them the experience, but it's also like, I got class in the morning, go home.
So in other words, people fucked it up. Gotcha.
Since when y'all don't got midnight showings? Is that just like a?
I think since shortly before COVID, I think and I think in COVID wasn't the problem. I think they were seeing that we don't have to have the midnight showing anymore. We can just do it the day before actual release and make more money. Yeah. So what used to be Friday were the new showing of any film, and selective people got to go see a Thursday preview, have fallen back to being the Thursday night drop and Wednesday being the early preview. It went from being the midnights to now, like Far I said, back to 7s. So you go see this joint, if you lucky, on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. And that's any movie now. Like, I mean, it might change now because they keep changing the freaking narrative of how since now that's COVID's fault.
It also depends on the type of theater too, because like where I'm at,
the area,
Cinemark 18. What the Cinemark was the main cinema I would go to. I love the theater, and then when COVID came around, they shut them jokers down hard.
Yeah,
so it's Cinema Cafe.
Yeah, Marcus Theaters, they got tired because we were right down the street from the Marcus Theaters in Milwaukee, or in Mequon, right outside Milwaukee. And it was a short drive, but they kept getting so many accidents between loaded students just trying to make that short trip back to campus. And they were like, you know what? Early 7 and 9 o'clock showings. And that was pretty much my entire phase 2 MCU run. So
I think it's safe to say that they might pull out all the stops on this one and just say, you know what, we're going to drop this on a Wednesday. You can go see this whenever. We're not even worried about the cash. They're going to take over a lot of the screens, because even when I went to go see Godzilla and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire all in the same weekend.
Okay.
And Ghostbusters didn't even have that many screenings, and it wasn't even out that long. And Godzilla and Kong wasn't even in a lot of screenings. You know, it was like, okay, you're forcing a lot of movies. I blame you, studios, to I swear to God, I blame you bastards. Go back to what it used to be. Let us decide and keep them in 3 months.
This will get an extended run. I'm calling it. This will get an extended run. This is going to be on screens for a minute.
Yeah, it will. Because they don't want to lose that. It's a cash grab. I'm not gonna lie to them. Like, it's a definite cash grab. This is a more than one type of viewing film.
And post-credit scenes.
Oh.
And I'm calling it. He's gonna do more than one. There's gonna be multiple.
God, yes. I didn't like. He's been fighting. I will say this: he knows the power he has, and he's been fighting. He's been fighting to get Cable in, and he got it in the second film. And he announced that he was at the credit scene in the first film. He just threw it out there and even said the name. And I'm like, this movie's not coming out for a couple years, and it was locked in already. Apparently, Josh Brolin, Cable. You know, will we see him this time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no reason for him to not be
I feel
in
like
this
we
movie.
haven't, but he's got to be around. We still have his watch.
He's the kind of reason why this whole thing is existing right now. So I don't know. So
and hopefully he saves the world tomorrow because Genosha.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay, I'm waking up tomorrow morning. Tafara, don't make me
here's
travel
the-
and punch
here's
you in the face. Don't do
so
it.
everybody,
Okay.
we should all know the drill by now. X-Men 97 drops tomorrow morning,
3 a.m. sharp.
3 a.m. sharp.
Oh,
So you either
tomorrow
watch it
morning.
before you go to work, watch it while you're at work, whatever, but you stay off social media.
When we get off here tonight, I'm going to the store to get my cereal because I will be in my bed watching it like a big old kid, and I'm turning my phone off. I have middle finger for everybody. Don't do it.
Like, don't go in there with expectations and don't say nothing online, and don't go over in Hellspawn cosplays chat and say anything.
I'm surprised that I don't, and I'm surprised that I don't get spoiled like every week, because like my friends like, did you watch it? I'm like, usually I watch all my shows by the end of the week, so I watch like X-Men, Bad Batch, and Shogun by the end of the week, and I don't get spoiled for any of them. But this, as you guys are talking about this right now, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna just wake up in the middle of the
I was crying.
Like,
like,
why are you
something
so early?
like-
I gotta
you
get
guys
this 30 minutes out the way. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Put it all together, make a really bad show. Shogun, the Bad Batch X-Men.
I'm Bad Batch.
All
I
one
love
shot.
you. You're getting watched. It's just you got a lot of stuff stacked. Bad Batch was by itself for like a solid half the season, and then everything else just showed up.
Yeah.
Like you got Bad
It's
Batch.
not their
you got
fault. It was
Shogun.
it's just release time. It was like, hey, we got some good stuff.
Yeah,
Y'all
the
better
release
hurry up.
times.
Nick, Will, like, relax.
You got Bad Batch. You got Shogun. You got X97.
Relax.
Family Guys on Wednesdays now.
It was like,
Give
look,
it up, give it up,
at least in our chat, we're just like, at least with me and Lady Mandela, we're just like,
Listen, look, you need to go. I'm gonna tell you right now. I need to talk to somebody about this right now. Please, somebody get up and go watch this with me, please.
Y'all talk about it every week, and honestly, I don't feel like I'm spoiled.
No.
that part.
Respectful, respect. We respect.
yeah, because we're not doing another follow-up until I think it was somewhere in May, like after the last episode airs, because it's only 4 episodes left. So
Oh, wow.
after that, we'll do the 4-episode wrap-up because process.
No, I'm talking about when y'all be chatting. I'm actually trying to binge it. And I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how many episodes there is.
11,000.
I watched until episode 4, and after that, I said, I'm taking a break. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Not because it's bad. Not because it's bad. Not because it's bad. Okay.
No.
Not because it's
Not
bad.
that it's
I
just
didn't say
right
that.
before the episode.
She does this
Listen
all
Listen
the
to
time. She
him.
does it all the
I hear
time.
you. I remember seeing you guys talk about it, and I was like, I already decided I gotta take a break. Like I was like, I'm gonna binge
She
it.
took
I'm
a
gonna wait
break
till it's
at
over.
that
I'm
moment before, because she's gonna
I
walk
said,
back
"Bruh."
in like she's gonna walk in like, oh my god.
Hey,
You're just gonna get
I
punched in
haven't
the
been
face.
spoiled. That's okay. That's okay because I'll be
Yo,
able to
that show is gonna
continue.
slap you.
You know, I'll be able to continue. I won't be punched in the face and then have to wait. You know,
You're
I
gonna
get
be
to.
Jake Paul taking a Mike Tyson uppercut. I'm telling you right now.
I've watched every episode more than once. More than once.
So has
3 times.
Kira.
I think 5 got watched 4 times just because I'm
Oh,
like, there's so
Jesus.
much going on.
You
And
were just like, this didn't happen. Let me watch again.
We were just having fun 5 minutes ago. What
it was
happened?
like it happened. I'm like, but
No.
he went out like a G. So
I'm weak.
Not when I hit
So-
rewind. It never happened.
We all
Not
say
when I
that. It's
hit
like, oh my
rewind.
god.
Comes back to life.
Everyone ends
let's
the
face
same
it.
way.
That,
Like
that-
blah blah
that
blah.
last
buddy.
episode, at that last episode with the goddess, me and Kira was just like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
And then we find out it was foreshadowed in the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love what they're doing. The writing's amazing. The
Mhm.
art is amazing.
I enjoy the
the-
pacing.
Bo
I enjoyed
DeMayo
the
is
pacing.
slowly. People are questioning things, and he was like, I can neither confirm nor deny. And I'm like, I gotta be Sherlock Holmes now.
He's answering everything except what we want to know.
I'm gonna tell you now, I'm hyped for this year because with X-Men 97 coming out, you know these cons in the summer are going to be doing some outlandish shit to promote more of it. San Diego's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous.
That's true.
Why everybody get quiet? Damn.
Because I'm just
Because we're
thinking
contemplating life,
Probably
my
gonna see
dear.
a lot
It's
of.
all
You're gonna see a lot.
it's going to be wild. So well, we're at that point of the show. Yes, we're at that point of the show.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
Oh, our special guest, Jaromir Francois, in the building. Tell everybody where they
Where they can find me. Oh, as you put, thank you for putting my tag there, Sky_Surfer. That's I was like, I have to say it out. Like, yeah, you can find me on all the social medias by that name. Most of my the stuff that I do is on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter as much, or X, whatever you want to call it.
You're not missing
X-Men, not X-Men.
Nice.
We've been talking about X-Men. Now I got X-Men in the brain. But yeah, if you guys can support me, go on Indiegogo, check out my campaign, and help me build this world. You know,
please. I'm pulling it up now. So, like, please go support this brother. It's did Tafari put that in there? No. Nerdy Bear Studios, what's going on?
Yeah,
What's up, nephew? Hey.
It's still the starred comment. I think if you go to
I just
YouTube,
gotta
it should
scroll
be
the way up.
pinned. Yeah, if you go to YouTube, it should still be pinned. But now we have this. So the way StreamYard, I realized when you pin it or it's a donation, for us, it's starred. On their side, it's at the top.
Yeah. So there you go, right there.
That's the
Indiegogo.com
link.
projects. Yes. Go check them out. Go show your support because we need projects like this out there in the world.
Mhm.
We need projects like this animated. We need that.
I need this animated for real.
So
I'm dreaming about this series.
So I want to ask you what's next, but you strike me as someone who has a lot that wants to cut out, but once again, the funding, so go support.
Run it up.
Or else.
Run them numbers.
Yeah.
Y'all know how we do over
Or
here.
else.
Playing.
Or
So-
else they'll come for me.
That
maybe he's ready to come for me.
Oh no, no, no! I'm talking about for them, there, my man. You ain't gotta worry about that.
He's like, "Where's book 2?"
So
You already know. I ain't gotta say nothing else. Just look at you like,
waiting patiently. So, Jay, I want to appreciate you for coming through, my guy. Anytime you need something, anytime you want to talk, just hang out and have fun. Doors open. My wife will have a plate of ribs for you if you like ribs. If not, we got chicken.
I owe Verb a pack of cigarettes if I can give Trey a good cigar. for fitting. I owe Verb some cigs. Or whatever kind of cigarettes you like.
Appreciate you, Verb. Appreciate
Thank you, Verb. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Verb. Appreciate you, partner.
You can support the show
shimmy.
to get more things, to get us out there in the world so we can be seen and have panels at, well, at least some of the cons that we know, like
Not the
Blerd
shimmy.
Con.
Oh no.
Shimmy.
Somebody was shimmy, I forgot.
Shimmy, Cocoa Puffs. Yeah.
I can't shimmy too much. Okay. Find me there at the place there. On the internet, in the world, on Instagram, not Twitter. Jesus wept.
You do this every week.
I do because I never think about I'm only on Instagram 90% of the time, but you can find me on TikTok. That is also a place. I'm starting to explore Spill more. It's a lot of fun. I do voice acting. I also have my podcast on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I have two of our. Oh wait, no, wait, where'd you go? Whoop-de-doo and Navy have been helping me out the last couple of weeks. We are currently reading through The Last Ronin, which has been really dark, but it's really cool and it's really fun. And I think I'm out with words because brain still hurts.
English.
That
no hurt brainy hurt on the inside, hurt hard, much hurt. Much hurt.
My second in command, she needs to go to her bunk.
Yeah, no, on some real shit. Like I'm about to turn off these lights for real and just go into my code.
She's still recovering from becoming an amazing person from her
only to have to face Scott Summers tomorrow morning. Show you.
Hey y'all, you can find me on everything also except X. At Adventure Time VR. I'm mostly on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So catch me there. We have a good time playing a whole lot of different types of games. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. So yeah.
Oh my God. So Bama and his shenanigans. Did he do that to you? He did that to you, Navy, didn't he? I know he
oh wow, I had some cleaning to do in my house. Wow. I got some dusting to do. Wow.
Oh man. Speaking of which.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening. It is once again your frosty bit of Blurticorn here with the crew and my man Jay doing the damn thing like he always does. If you want to see what the hell I'm doing, I'm chatting with amazing, beautiful people on the Blurticorn Convos. There's no specific schedule, but I try to do them every Tuesday and Sunday around 7 p.m. I had Trey on tonight, Trey Mosley VO. It was we had a ball. We had a blast. And this gives you a chance to peek into the mind of a voice actor. You can find me on TikTok, X. I am on Facebook now because I do the combos. I also put them on Facebook. Other than that, I'm not doing anything on Facebook. Facebook is trash. I'm saying like that. Okay. But I will say this before I go. If you know someone's really working hard to create something and you see them struggling, help lift them up. It's hard enough to have a dream and to try to work towards that dream, but support makes it a little easier on the shoulders. And if you're not helping somebody, get the fuck out of the way, because you are an impediment. You are an obstacle. I will either knock you down or jump over you. But let's get these folks up and lifted, okay? They need that.
Tafari.
Yes, you can find me here on all platforms underneath this name. I post on Mondays because Mondays are terrible, and I try to make them suck a little bit less. So currently out with a Helldivers 2 skit because now I have joined the Fight for Democracy. Next video is a tribute to the late great Akira Toriyama because I sent some stuff off to get professionally graded, and that's on the way back. So that's going to be painful. But I do the editing, behind the scenes work, and boots on the ground stuff for Blerd's Eye View. So thank y'all for appreciating all the uploads because I didn't think y'all were going to watch us talk for an hour about X-Men on 2 separate pieces of content. So the the Milky Way ghetto meeting and the Genosha, what did I call it? The
Genosha grief counseling.
Yeah, the Genosha grief counseling are doing well all of a sudden. So please keep running those up. Thank y'all for the donations. We are not about to fuck this money off. Seriously, it's helpful. I've seen some people. It's like I get donos now, but I'm broke. I'm like, you just got what have you been doing? I promise, like it's all going back into the show. We're trying to get like better equipment, mics, and all this other stuff. So every dollar is appreciated. We are hitting the road soon, so you can catch me and 2 other people here at DreamCon this summer. I'll be at Momo. Me and Whoopty, I don't know where she went. I think the ninjas got her. Me and Whoopty will be at MomoCon in a couple weeks. Actually, this will be my first time going. So we are officially out here in these streets. Con season is upon us. Wear deodorant.
Yeah. In the words of Spartan, don't be a dick.
I was about to say you beat me to it.
Wash your ass.
Wash your ass. So let me get that done there. Okay, so thank you everybody for tuning in. For newcomers and for our regular viewers, thank you for watching us. For those who are new here, thank you once again. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, talk to your friends, donate. Trust me, the money's going to good places, new equipment, getting on the road to cons because you guys like seeing us at panels. We've done 2 last year. We might be able to get 1 off this year. Not sure just yet. It all depends.
Presents from the Blerd Con.
Yeah, so right now, but you can see various bodies here in this crew doing press, including yours truly, because I did Fan Expo Cleveland, and that footage will be coming up soon. So check us out. Show your support, show your love. Watch us everywhere you listen to you. Watch us everywhere. YouTube, IG, Twitch. Hello, Twitch. Show your love on Twitch. Show your love on Twitch. We might show up on Kick next. I don't know. Listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else that has a podcast platform. You can check us out on Always Press Record. Coming soon, be Blerd News Network. Coming soon on Blerd Station. Go show your support. Tell your people this crew sent you. Hello. How are you?
Thanks again, Verb.
Thank you for Verb. Oh, Verb gave us another donation. So shout out to Verb.
Shimmy. You only get the shoulder though. Shimmy.
So shout out to Verb. Also, along with Kira, I'm also doing some voice work. So you can actually hear both of us on various projects along with Nate. Oh, yeah. We are out here. We are out here.
I'll try to be like them when I grow up.
We're doing our thing. We're having fun and we're doing our thing. So we just jazz hands.
Your fingers.
Oh my goodness. Until Thursday, when we see you guys again, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Thank you to Jaromir Francois for stepping in. Go show your support on the Indiegogo. Go to his page, get all the information. We want to see these type of things from us, by us, on platforms that's built by us, and it needs to be done. Shout out to Ladarian Williams as well for Blood at the Root. He is making a lot of moves. He got his stuff out there. Shout out to that. He just got his narrator today.
Nice.
For his book, Someone from All American, the television show. So he's really making moves. So shout out to Ladarian Williams. Shout out to every BIPOC creative who has crossed our platform. Jason Michael Primrose, Carl Jones. Lord, the numbers don't end, whether they're known or unknown.
Mark Bernardin,
who got his Splinter short film this out and actually won an award.
These are all people, if you go to the special guest or interviews playlist, you can see us talking to them.
Yes.
Like one of them is giving us a trailer to react to on Thursday.
Thank you again, Trey. Trey Mosley, support. This is what support looks like. Even if you can't afford it, share, like, subscribe, spread the word, put the people out there, get our numbers up so we can get out there. And I like to get out of this hub here. The captain's chair can get a little cramped sometimes, so maybe put us in the studio, who knows? But until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. We'll be back Thursday, 8 p.m. Twitch, YouTube, IG. Maybe you might get some counseling that day. Maybe
We
not.
ain't doing this. We ain't
We
doing
got
this.
counseling. We got counseling, and according to previous guests, we might have some heat to look at.
We are
that poster
So-
looks.
So until then, we will see you Thursday.